Genesis chapter 41. Set free. The door of the prison burst open, and light streamed in upon Joseph. He stared into the brightness, blinking his eyes, struggling to focus. The sunlight was painful after the darkness of the cell.
You! Come on out!
The guards shouted.
Where are you taking me?
Joseph was suddenly afraid. Was it to death? Would his life end like the baker's, executed as a criminal?
We're taking you for a bath,
Said the guard.
A bath? What for?
The guards pushed him out of the cell.
Quickly!
Yes, hurry up!
Pharaoh has commanded you to appear before him.
Washed, shaved, and clothed in fine robes, Joseph was led into the palace. Pharaoh was still pacing back and forth, scowling with worry and with anger.
So, you're the dream teller.
Joseph stood before him, calmly and quietly, as if he had been in a palace all of his life.
I've had a dream, and no one can interpret it. I hear that you have the power to interpret dreams.
I do not have that power.
Said Joseph. A gasp went through the entire throne room. The chief cupbearer began to sweat, and he swallowed hard in fear.
You do not?
Thundered Pharaoh.
No, my lord. I do not have that power myself. But my God will give Pharaoh the answer that he desires.
God? Your God?
Tell me your dream, and the God of the heavens and the earth will interpret it.
Pharaoh was amazed at the young man's confidence. So, he told Joseph about the thin cows eating the fat cows, and about the thin ears of corn gobbling up the fat ears, and he waited.
Your dreams mean exactly the same thing. God has revealed the future to Pharaoh. The 7 fat cows are 7 years, as are the 7 ripe ears of corn. These are the years of plenty in the land of Egypt. There will be 7 years of abundance, 7 huge harvests, but then there will be 7 years of terrible famine. Like the thin cows which ate the fat cows, and the thin ears of corn which swallowed up the fat ears, these 7 years of famine will consume everything, unless my Lord looks for a wise and discerning man and puts him in charge of the whole land of Egypt. This man must be able to appoint officers who will store up 1/5 of every good year of harvest. Everything must be carefully organized and great barns filled with supplies, so that when the famine comes, there will be plenty of food to share among the people.
Pharaoh turned to his servants and said,
This man has spoken the truth. Where can we find a man who has the Spirit of God to carry out these plans?
Even as he spoke, Pharaoh knew that he was speaking of Joseph himself.
God has revealed this truth to you, so you shall be in charge of my palace. I will make you governor of Egypt. You will be second only to the throne of Pharaoh.
Pharaoh took his signet ring and put it on Joseph's finger. He dressed him in the finest robes and put a gold chain around his neck. From that day on, Joseph rode beside Pharaoh in his royal chariot, and men ran before him shouting,
Make way! Make way!
Joseph spent the next 7 years journeying throughout the land of Egypt and organizing all the food supplies. He filled great storehouses in every city, piling up grain from the 7 years of abundance. Then the 7 years of good harvests came to an end, and a terrible famine struck the land. So Joseph, who was now the governor of Egypt, opened up the storehouses and began to distribute the food to the people.